but we're going into the lower bracket now, so this is going to be
evil9 versus Cisco Poker.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. Well, I hope it's going to be a pretty good matchup. We've already seen, Nono now go into the upper bracket with online bots, so that'll be coming up for you shortly. They've gone to get some food, understandable, but
and also who missed out the last analyzed desk. Gamely DNA has fallen off the tournament. They lost to Rift Gaming.
Yeah, I do think it's a shame. They are a great team, but of course, somebody has to lose. We are getting to the final stages of this now. This is, of course, there'll be whoever. Well, after this, they'll have to play one more game, and they could be in the final. So
the one who wins this probably is going to face against the loser of the winner bracket final, and that would be. God, I forgot both the names of the teams.
What, in the upper bracket or?
Upper bracket final, Solomon Bots versus.
Nonners. That one. That's the one. The one with Headshot and Fetch. You know those guys. You know that they're going to be putting up a good show, but whether they can take on online bots who've looked unstoppable so far, I'm not so sure. But getting into this one, we do have, of course, evil9 who fought all the way through pretty much the lower bracket. They've done a great job. They were knocked out actually by, was it Gameplay? I think it was Gameplay, because it was Fragmine got knocked down by online bots, and then evil9, I think, got knocked out. So, yeah.
There's nothing really much to say.
Yeah, they just got knocked down, and they fought all the way back. So now they're coming up against one of the other big teams, the Lithuanians, the only Lithuanians now left in the tournament, or the only non-Estonians left. So this is the one hope for any non-Estonian fans or the haters.
Aren't Cisco Poker Latvians? Aren't they Latvians?
No.
Well, we had a Latvian team as well.
Yeah, they're out.
I thought Cisco Poker was Latvians all that time.
No, this Cisco Poker is the old Gameplay DNA lineup. They're all Lithuanian.
I wonder if there's alcohol in there or something.
Yeah. Carcass also plays for Panda, and that's a Lithuanian team too. But don't worry. I got you. I'm awake still, just about. But we are going into the ninth round. This is, of course, I'm pretty sure this is a best of one. So this is the real risk with the lower bracket.
We can see butt plugs once again. We can see butt plugs once again.
Yes, I actually own a pair myself in game, not
That was a nice save, man.
Yeah, in game. Do we want to swap to the game screen?
Production, Darmo.
Would you
press the button?
Can you please swap to the game screen?
He was like, okay, fine.
Thank you.
Well, evil9 won the ninth round. They decided to stay on the CT. So evil9 starts off from the CT side.
Well, anyway, back into the game, away from our terrible, terrible production crew. Oh, God, just awful. But we're going to be going into the pistol round. We're going to see Siktar picking up the kit. And, well, Kalinka already throwing out pretty much every single nade they have. It looks like a pretty fast play actually coming in here. And it's going to be going towards, well, sort of B by the looks of things. They have one player towards long, sort of making things a little bit interesting, but the remainder of the players are going to be going in towards the B side. It's possibly a fake. Siktar going to be finding the initial kill, but Fender finding one straight back. Of course, Fender, he doesn't like to write out the name Fender. He just likes to have a little stick man, but this is just cleanup. evil9 starting off with a bang.
Yeah, it was quite aggressive push from evil9 very short. You guys going short. I believe they were Lens there who decided to rotate back to long, and they missed enemy by 1 second to rotate back to B as soon as Kalinka was pushing long side. Lens survived anyways with 1 HP, and evil9 takes it to 1-0.
Yeah, this is going to be, well, the force buy coming in. It will be the CT side with the majority of the weapons. They've got themselves the rifles. I don't include the scout. That is just a scope, but it is in the hands of Lens. And, well, we've seen throughout the day he's been very good with the scope rifle, especially the AWP. He will be coming up against Carcass, well, hopefully later in the map, but this is the AWP playground. It's going to be those two players who we are slightly relying on. I know Kalinka can AWP as well, and we've seen Mom pick one up, so possibility for a double AWP, but Fender going for some more vac shots like we've seen in the past, and actually going to do a little bit of initial damage. These Deagles do have the potential, and there we go, Kalinka finding a nice kill. the FPL player, our one member of the crowd, which is also our production team, making all the lovely noises there. And it's going to be Marks trying to stop them from getting this bomb down. He's not going to manage that, but he will take 1 kill initially. And now it's going to be a 4 versus 3.
He's ready for that, yeah. Beautiful, getting Kalinka there. There's 3 versus 3 situation. Oh, really? Well played. Bytestudio box clear. Folks, is only 1 alive. Can he get the kills? But nah, he backs off and saves his M4.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a little bit too much for him to actually do in this scenario. I'm not sure, well, let's be honest, for him to give them this rifle will be so much worse than actually just running away and saving into the next round, of course. Their money is going to be absolutely stuffed after this one. They may go for a few pistols just to avoid the double eco, but I feel like a nice comeback round straight away. And well, already we see Fender and Kalinka doing a nice little bit of work with the Deagles there.
evil9 had a strong start in pistol, but it fell apart in the second round. That's bad for them, sadly, but well, yes, Tom, I'll make sure I do that.
No, just move it closer to your face because it's really high. It's like the mic's in your cheek.
It is.
I think it's just cutting up. I was like, is it the headset? No, it's just the mic is super high up. So hopefully that will make you a little bit louder. I can't obviously see the chat, so if you are going crazy, if you don't like the English, deal with it. And I think you're going to be finding the initial kill. This is a pretty much full buy coming out from the T side, going with the rifles. We already saw them beat known owners in, well, I think it was actually M.2. So we know that they can play this map. Obviously, they're in the upper bracket final. Evil9, they've got a point to prove.
Exactly. evil9 definitely wants to prove themselves because they didn't win the last DTU esports, even though it wasn't like international event. Well, we can say international.
Baltic.
Oh, we can say a Baltic event, yeah, but
And a nice tag.
Came second, so they definitely want to win here.
Yeah, they want to be coming back strong. Obviously, the competition is a little bit more fierce, and the push coming in there. Kalinka, he's cleaning stuff up, already finding himself 3 kills, looking to get himself the quad, and well, Carcass, we're going to stop him getting that ace by finding one with the AWP, but nonetheless, 3-1 now. The terrorists, as they are clearly known, because CSGO Poker just doesn't want to show up on the board. And we will now see the buy coming in from evil9.
And the bank of CSGO Poker is huge, actually. 6K, 5K, 5K. It's really neat. I believe that even if they lose 3 rounds in a row, they already get the loser bonus, and they don't have to eco at all.
Well, also, the thing, that's always the problem when you do lose the pistol. Or no, you win the pistol and then lose the follow-up round, is you normally give so much money just over to the opposition and then have the 3 eco rounds. So it gives like an extra bomb plant in some cases, and well, in this scenario, it looks like it has worked out nicely for them. The buy for them is much better. Carcass already on his trusty AWP. And I'm sure after they went, like right near the end, they went out from going to the upper bracket final, they're going to want to come back even stronger here.
What the hell is Fender doing?
He's just got an advanced gaming chair and a special mouse. Just ignore it. Clearly just pre-firing some of the shots, guys.
Don't worry. Microchip inserted into his wrist or something.
It's like what's that film called? It's got Justin Timberlake, so it's not a very good film.
In Time?
Yeah, In Time. It's got like the little thing. He's got that. But Marks going to be finding the entry kill into this round, an important start for the CT side. They do have the weaker buy. They need to get the kills. Well, I feel like that's an obvious statement there, but they need to get the kills more so than they can tactically outplay their opposition. Dag, one of the added players, obviously, is normally Luke in this lineup, so someone else we haven't seen. Obviously, Quick was the prior addition to this team, but they have replaced him. Well, not replaced him. He's now playing in a different lineup, and he's already gone home. So they want to go one better here. We're going to see Dag actually doing some nice work, finding a couple of kills, and that now leaves it advantage to the T side with the bomb down and a retake trying to come in onto the A side.
And it seems like the retake won't happen. It's called Pauk's father. Pauk's, in short end, is only 1 alive, and that's not for long. Dora's beautiful headshot into the bit and takes to the 4-1. evil9 definitely seems a bit flaky now. They seem to have a better performance a few hours ago when they played Bytestudio on the stream. I don't remember the matchup exactly, but they definitely had better kills and tactics.
Carcass is hitting that shot through like pretty much every single time so far. We've seen him with the AWP. It is important, I feel, on a map such as this that he gets off to a good start. Obviously, we've called this previously when we were actually casting, I think it was evil9, and we were saying it is an 8-7 half. So far it's looking very, very good for CSGO Poker. They're going to be finding themselves 2 entry kills. This is just against Pistols, so we can't really expect too much, but, well, Kalinka's already looking like he's just going ham, hitting every single headshot. We've already seen him get quite a few spray downs, and this is just nice work from him.
And no damage done whatsoever by evil9 in this round. So that definitely has some bonus economy to CSGO Poker, which they already have quite a lot. I believe it takes at least one of them to 16 games.
Ooh, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
It's almost 16 games.
They've got a lot of cash built up at the moment. A lovely standard knife called Karambit Slaughter. I feel like that's a very original joke. I've never seen that one before.
Right.
But we will see the AWP now coming in onto Lens. He's going to just avoid that initial peak. Carcass, well, not someone he wants to challenge initially. We've seen him take some very aggressive peaks so far, just like the fly currently going around our table, but there goes Carcass, headshot through the box. Nice stuff from Lens. And, well, that's a great start to the round, showing his dominance in this AWP duel for the first time, and
Yeah,
I feel like that's important.
I think it's one of the first entry kills that actually evil9 has got in like past 4 rounds.
I think they managed to get one, but it was so quickly traded by Dag that with a double kill that it really wasn't really worth mentioning. It was just like, oh, they got oh, never mind. So yeah, this is a nice one. They've got a little bit of extra time. However, straight away we see Fender just finding another one. Marp's gonna go down. They have taken a bit of initial damage. The nades are getting a little bit low. So I would say that this is definitely a chance. But Sikta, he's got to be careful. I think they've actually just sort of baited out the position here. They're going back towards short.
Well, mostly every trade are in their advantage spot. The trades are coming in reverse free. Substi can't find the head, but the bomb will probably go down. There's nobody to defend it, and the retake has to come in once again.
Yeah, this one is actually planted for long, however, not the ideal situation. Sikta, he's not going to check the pit at all. This is
bad.
what? Okay, I'm a little bit confused what has just gone on there, because that is one of the most obvious places to check, but he's going to get the kill nonetheless. It's going to be him in a 1v1. The bomb should be fairly easy for Kalinka to find, but Ninja coming in. 3, 2, 1. Kalinka going to peek. He could have actually held that, I think, and now, well, surely it's not going to happen. Kalinka's just playing him, and he's going to find the kill in the end, and no balls.
Yeah, he probably would have it.
No balls.
No balls.
Pros don't fake. It's the saying. Everybody knows the saying, pros don't fake. But obviously, in that scenario, it was like you'd expect Kalinka to have found that headshot. But normally when you're walking through the smoke, they can see you before you can see them. So I imagine, although we didn't see his point of view, I imagine Kalinka actually couldn't see very much there.
Probably, yeah. I'm pretty sure that Sikta would have had it. But Sikta now with the redeems himself with a beautiful deal headshot.
Actually, we see in the meantime the Godfugster. Yeah, pronunciation of that is absolutely beautiful and flawless. He's going to find himself another kill in the meantime. So they have done some initial damage, also found themselves a couple of AKs. So even if they just managed to drop quite a few players in this round, that would be nice. And, well, it's now 6 rounds in a row for the terrorist side. They're looking strong, but this would be a great moment for the CT side to bring something back.
Oh well. Well, like I said before, 7-8 is a typical score you should await from the Bytestudio, but at this point, I can't see evil9 getting 7 rounds.
I have to admit, I am slightly biased towards Carcass. Like, I think just because I enjoyed talking to him. He's actually quite a nice guy. But he is so good with the AWP. He always seems to hit those shots through the door. Just misses a shot as I say that. I don't want to jinx him, but in the meantime, he finds another tag. And, well, the remaining players, I think they've realized this retake's now an impossible at this stage. Fuchs can actually try something here. He only has a pistol. Maybe worth possibly trying to get the AWP out of Carcass. But to be honest, they should know that there's someone down here. Never mind. Gonna find one. Carcass, if he goes down here as well, that's a lot of money wasted already. And, well, Kalinka will at least restore a little bit of faith into those remaining players. But he's not going to pick up... Oh, no, there we go. I was thinking, not picking up the AWP? Oh, okay.
Well, I think evil9 needs tactical balls here because nothing works what they are doing, so...
And this is going into their buy round as well, so this is hugely important for them. They need to stop this before... Well, stop it before it lays eggs, I suppose.
Exactly.
not the ideal saying, but it made sense. And yeah, well, they need to stop it basically before the game is just too far gone for them to really do anything. Like 8-7, you say to the CT side, I say T, but either way, it's not good.
Exactly. Well, they shouldn't take tactical balls while they're on eco as well, but once again, 2 entry frags came in for evil9, so that looks good for them for now.
Yeah, they switched up there with a huge amount of aggression actually towards the short area, so that has paid off for them. The remaining players, well, this has sort of been a split towards A that hasn't really split the players towards the short area completely wrecked, but Kalinka still managing to get relatively close here. Len's going to be going to try and find the AWP shot, jumping up, still managing to survive, and I'm not sure how he's still alive. We've seen trade in the meantime, but how on earth has Kalinka not got this kill yet? Prime just sort of dodging bullets like Neo in the Matrix, and he survives the round.
How the hell did Len survive that? What is this sorcery?
2 HP just dancing around the boxes. He was taking shots at Kalinka as well, and the fact is that there's sort of a skill in itself. I think Fallen's probably my favorite player for this example. He doesn't hit every shot with the AWP, but what he does is he just picks positions where he can dance out. I think also with the, not with the AWP, but with the rifle, you see Zipix actually do this on overpass, where he can single out duels just so amazingly with his positional play that sometimes players just can't kill him, and he buys them so much time for rotation. And as you can see, the rotation came all the way through long, went around the back, killed Kalinka.
It worked out for them, so good for them.
But they're on the board. They're back on the board for the first time in 7 rounds, but they've got to make a little bit of a run of
I
this.
think the rounds weren't actually that close either, so this round was the first round that actually was heavily on evil9's side. I think it was 3 guys who survived there.
Nice flick coming out there.
Once again,
Sikta with the nice peek doesn't quite see Kalinka here, so we are going to have a chance. Stag again. He's very good at holding off these sort of rotation positions, but the fact is I don't know if he'll know the position of Lens. Surely he would have expected to have spotted him. This could actually leave Kalinka in a bit of an awkward situation if he pushes past his door. I think he must have some sort of idea. Going to drop the bomb, and he just heard the scope. I heard the scope. He must have heard the scope.
He already... Oh, but Lens is faster. Beautiful shots from Lens. Now only 1 alive.
2 orbs looking his way as well.
No way.
Yeah, that was an impossible scenario. I feel like, though, if both players there actually tried to challenge, they could have just tried and jumped across. I know there's obviously a huge risk with that. You could just die instantly and drop the bomb, but forcing the CTs to retake that could have been a much worse situation than just, okay, let's just challenge. And, well, we've seen Lens is very quick on the AWP. He wasn't going to miss that shot.
Yeah,
if you walk into his crosshair, he'll take the kill.
He was
9
confident
times.
to take the shot. And speaking of the economy of CSGO Poker, they have lost 2 rounds in a row and they can still buy almost full buy. We can see Scout and Carcass, but then again, full armor, full nades. And if they lose this one, they already have loser bonus. So,
yeah, this does look like, although they didn't call a pause, it's almost as if they did. Like, things have quickly changed. However, they haven't gone for any sort of aggression, which did seem to work previously. Obviously, the Scout, pretty much known as the tag machine, so whether they can actually make something of this round or not, I'm not so sure, but they obviously still have some incredible aimers on those rifles as well, so I wouldn't say they're too worried just yet. Nice nade from Substy, actually going to tag down Kalinka, and for me anyway, there's always a point that I like to say that the nades, the frags themselves on the CT side, you hit someone for even 10, 15 damage, that can be a difference between a 1 headshot kill and 2, and that's huge. We're going to see the Scout now pushing onto short. This is very, very risky play. We're going to see Substy, great positioning, just holding things down. He's been very good today, actually. I felt a bit bad for him when they went into the low bracket because he is a youngster. So,
he is quite young, yeah.
Like, he's been playing incredibly well, and well, hopefully he can do it again and bring it to the big screen, bring it tomorrow to the stage as well.
Maybe even into the professional esports.
That would be nice.
So, because he is young, I think 16 or 17, if I'm not mistaken, so he has potential.
Someone we haven't mentioned too much so far. I know on the CT side, he's someone who likes to go very aggressive, like the ball, like the Torres. I think that's what Torres means. I hope that's what Torres means, but we brought this back to a 1v1 somehow. 3 kills from him in the round. Dag now going to be the last one left, but unfortunately for him, the clock's not on his side, and we're actually going to see the AWP save for the CT side. Not particularly necessary. They have a huge amount of cash, but, well, the T's, money's not looking good.
Yeah. Speaking about the tactical pause that evil9 should have taken, I know that Lens sometimes likes to do tactical pause while they're having an eco, that they don't actually take the pause, but they're speak through the rounds while they're ecoing.
But that's sort of the old style tactical pause before it was really a thing.
Yeah, it's like 2 tactical pauses for you then. Kind of.
But yeah, here we go. We're actually seeing a little bit of a, well, actually quite a lot of a force buy coming out from the T side. They don't want to be going on any sort of eco here. They're going to go straight in. We're going to see Carcass doing some nice work with the Tech 9. He's got very, very close here and actually picked up an M4 as well to go with it. We're also, he's got an AWP. That's not something you want to give to him for free. Not going to take the kill though. Fuchs is going to trade him out. Seems like he may have just fallen off a little bit. He started this game very, very strong. Currently, well, further down the board. Not something you normally see with this normal team, but obviously that's your normal team. Obviously they can set you up better in many scenarios. Sikta going to take down Fender as well. It is now the 2 versus 3. The T's have lost quite a few players, but the fact is this is going to be difficult to take, and Sikta, he's going to go straight for this ninja this time. Len's going to take down one, and there's nothing he can do. All that is left was Dag, and he's just got to sit in that corner and pray he's not taken down in the next few seconds.
Yeah, thank God that evil9 had that smoke, and positioning while he was defusing was pretty well taken as well, behind the barrel.
Well, he uses the barrel and also he's to the side so that if they're aiming, like, because obviously you can line up where the bomb is on the map,
he has
you
to
won't
come
hit
out
it.
from long, and others were already covering it, so...
Yeah,
well,
nice teamwork. Nice teamwork for sure. But yeah, still not giving up. They get the bomb down. They're going to go for another buy. I feel like this is the sort of play I worry about a little bit. We see this when they had Luke in the lineup. He's very good with an AWP. We have the same like situation from Carcass, but they're sort of like neglecting him a little bit by just going force, 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 and then it's like he doesn't get to take that middle peak, which he's been hitting most times. And yeah, I feel like it's a little bit questionable to keep doing this.
I think Hellraisers was the team that liked to force every round as well. Very good.
Well, a lot of CIS teams are into that sort of, oh, we can't lose, let's just keep firing, and then, well, 7-1, now 7-5. We are going to see Torres starting to make a big bit of an impact. Dag with a nice tap there to find himself a kill. Torres may actually get caught out through the smoke. He's going to be down to just 2 players trying to retake. And, well, this is going to be difficult. It's always difficult to retake the B site. I'm not sure whether we'll actually see them go for it. They do have a few nades. Obviously, if they can find a quick pick, that will give them a chance.
Well, even if evil9 loses it, they should have money for next round. What a beautiful flash coming in, and Torres picking up Marps.
And this should be impossible now. 4. And well, Fender just going aggressive. Nice stuff from him. He'll take the final kill, and we do finally see that 8th round come in after 4 in a row for the CT side. Of course, the T's, their money still isn't great. If they can reset them, this could definitely be an 8-7, which is not something we were thinking could happen when we saw the 7-1 scoreline at the beginning. But I feel like this is slightly because the T's have overdone it a little bit, and if they're not careful, yeah, it could be an 8-7. And
yeah, evil9 stepped up their game as well. So.
For sure. Switched up their play and they're going for it again. The aggression coming in. Nice teamwork here. Going to see the continued push from Subsea doing nice work with the pistols yet again. And it is going to be a 3 versus 2. They've left their team in a nice position. Sikta going to go straight through the Molotov. Got to be careful because Dag won't miss a shot like that. And it's now back to a 2 versus 2. Fender again.
Hit the shots. But Lens can pull it off.
No AWP in hand though. Can he do it with the rifle? That's always something I've questioned with Lens. Like, you always tell me he's not a bad rifler. I'm still questioning it. I haven't seen anything to really tell me otherwise at this point. And well, he's got to find one. There's the first. Now he's got to find the second, and this is going to be the difficult one. If he can hit this shot, I'll definitely be a believer.
Whoa! I already saw that he did. What? Fender can't hit him. Fender What the hell did Fender do?
Oh yeah, I think Subsea just no fear, my friend. Oh god, Fender. Well, anybody who was questioning whether he was legit, clearly he's legit, because that is not a shot you miss with advanced game.
Maybe
pads.
that was just an act.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, 8-7 now. Fender. Well, it's not the easiest shot in the world to hit, but still hope.
come on.
You'd still hope he hit
Defender.
that one at least. We're going to see now the initial kill coming in for Marp. So again, they've got the entry kill, something that once they have been getting, they've been much, much better at capitalizing on the round. We're going to see Dag, who hasn't been playing too badly in this lineup, going for that entry kill. Actually going to take a dink through the wall. And Carcass, well, he can spot the gun barrel actually. Not going to go for that shot through the box, and actually the smoke going to be thrown out by the CT. Smart play to get him away from the dangerous position, but here we go. It looks like the bomb edging towards short. Again, they're going for sort of this long split. A very abandoned position actually onto long.
I haven't seen CSGO Boker actually try the B side for many times.
Oh, Torres with 2 quick kills though. It quickly turns this on its head. Fuchs and Marps going down without even taking a single point of damage on Torres. That's ridiculous. And running in position here. Got to be careful. Sikta going to find the kill onto Dag. That will be something to open up the round. He's very low, and really he shouldn't have peeked that instantly. Not checking the position. Lens will find the kill nonetheless. But this is, well, Carcass now with a scout. The bomb planted not for him, actually. That's not the ideal plant spot. He should be able to still find
no need
the position, but Torres is just taking this round into his own hand. Another headshot for him, and well, this is going to be all down to Lens again. He pulled this off once. Can he pull it off twice? The rifle in hand, the silence 10-4. Going to go for the diffuse, and Torres quad kill in the round, stepping up massively later in the game. And look at that, 17-9. A bit quiet towards the beginning, but towards the end.
It's actually pretty good, considering that they lost 7 rounds in a row. So if they have a good D side, they can pull it off.
Well, they won the first pistol, so if they can win the second one, that's going to be 9-all, and well, then it really is anyone's game. Sort of on the bye rounds, it can be backwards and forwards either way. The pistol can actually decide this map many times, but the thing that happened before is they won the pistol, then lost 7 rounds in a row, so they can't afford to do that again. In fact, if they do that again, they lose.
Yep.
Maths.
Well, seems like evil9 sticks with their old tactics. It seems to be need to be push already flashes and smokes in CT. CSGO Poker Doors beautifully getting 1 headshot.
Actually going to keep going.
Very nice. Very well played by Dog right now. Getting that shot from CT. 2 versus 3. The bomb has to go down. They see the fake plant, but
It doesn't matter.
it was too quick.
The thing is as well, in a pistol round, like, yes, it is, the B-site is easier to hold, but people are just so much more willing to just go rushing straight through. They don't want you getting that plant. And, well, I thought it was important that they won that round. They at least needed to get the bomb down. And now, 10-6, there's going to be a decent start coming in. And Mobs, well, a little bit slow with his reactions on that one.
Well,
not going to find the scout. Did he?
Fender did get hit by...
That looks so delayed. Oh, clearly I'm wrong then. He does take the tag, 34 HP. Not going to be, well, scaring Fender too much, I hope. But it does mean the pistols become more deadly. Well, we're going to be seeing triple rifles actually coming in straight away. So they're really not mucking about at the moment. However, Fender, he does get hit by that headshot. And he's going to be taken out of the round. Torres with a quick trade. But this is where he's going to get caught in the crossfire. And well, actually, this is very problematic now. We could see the exact opposite, the exact same as what happened on the previous half.
It pretty much actually is what happened in the previous half. It's 4 versus 3. 3 guys have to retake from the CSGO Poker side. Will they handle it?
I'm not even sure if they're going to go for too much here. If they can find a quick kill again, then maybe they'll try something into this, but I don't feel like it's worth giving away that rifle. Yeah, they've already given away 1, and, well, possibly a second. There's a FAMAS down on the floor somewhere. And, yeah, I just don't feel like it's worth it. Carcass actually going to save his dig as well. But, yeah, evil9 bouncing straight back.
Yeah, Carcass also has armor as well to save, so... Well, that didn't go as CSGO Poker planned, probably.
No.
Even though evil9 did exactly the same tactic. But they were a bit quicker with the execute, so that paid off.
Well, I'm interested to see what they actually go for here, because Carcass could theoretically buy a second rifle if they wanted to, or at least drop something, although he is the alt player. You want to see that come in as soon as possible. With 1900, it probably won't be available without a glass cannon, so he's going to want to try and at least get a kill into this round, maybe do a bit of damage or save the armor, whichever he pleases to do. But saving the armor as an initial strategy normally isn't something I'd recommend. But yeah, we're actually going to see full armor and pistols on the remaining players. Dag, he's going to have to try and make a play here, and well, we haven't seen a huge amount from him as of yet. Currently fourth on the team, even on his frags. So whether he can make that big play that's necessary for them to win this round, we'll have to wait and see.
Also, Carcass, who's normally in the top 2 at least, isn't doing that good at the moment. So he has to step up as well, even though they are leading right now. But in case evil9 commits to their attacks like they did in the last round, they probably will close the gap pretty quickly.
Oh, there you go, Dag. Finding the first kill. Carcass is, however, very, very low. Also, it does depend where they actually opt to push here, because, well, I know for a fact that Kalinka in this position could actually be deadly. However, Carcass is going to be the one finding the first kill. Here he goes. The pistol not going to pull off anything, but there you go, Carcass finding a second one. Headshot. And, well, it's now 2 rifles versus 1. Dag going to be tagged very, very low here, trying to spray through the smoke, but actually it's going to be Swender to find the kill with a pistol, and now it's all down to Mops, and Torres finds that as well. So from a great round coming up from evil9 to actually a pretty poor one. Carcass, couple of kills, and they just get picked apart by those pistols.
The rotation came in pretty quickly from CSGO Poker as well, so they were pretty sandwiched in the A side, getting shot from long and short, so there wasn't really much to do from them.
Yeah, now the big guns are out as well. They've given that little bit of extra economy over to their opposition. We're going to see them force because they don't want to be reset. And I just feel like this is going to be so very difficult now. The push is going to be taken over towards long. We're going to see whether or not they can actually make an impact here. But, well, Kalinka going to be waiting. I wonder if the AWP is going to rotate over. That would be something you'd expect in this position, but it's actually going to be Kalinka finding the kill. The nade's going to be thrown in, and they're just using their utility to hold them out.
That was pretty nice nade as well. Getting a lot of damage in, and they've already lost the entry frag, and they're struggling considering that Pokes has 55 HP and Marps 33. It's definitely harder for them to push it to the side.
Yeah, it's just patience now. That's all that's really key for the CT side. A minute left on the clock. Really, there's one smoke, or no, 2 smokes and a flashbang for...
Well,
I just thought of a terrible Austin Powers joke, like 2 smokes and a pancake. That's all they seem to have left in this scenario. But let's see if they can make something work with it. It's going to be the push coming in. It's going to be Dag finding the first. Kalinka finds another with Sikta quickly trading in between. But Kalinka, he's just stepping up huge here. Already finding himself 3 kills in this round. He's looking for that 4th. And, well, Fuchs, he's going to have to be the godfather here if he's going to make anything happen in this round.
You and your buns.
He's called, it's not even a pun, he's called God Fuchs there.
And you called him Godfather.
But that's the reference, right? I hope that's the reference, otherwise I have no idea what his name's supposed to say.
Well, you're correct, but...
Torres takes the kill nevertheless. I thought that one was actually quite smooth compared to how terrible some of the others were. Well, I could have said, I'm expecting Carcass to leave bodies all over the floor. There you go.
Wow, you really are the master of puns.
But anyway, let's just move away from that topic.
I'm speechless.
I've just realised that what on earth has just happened to the score? Not only are the team names wrong, the score is wrong.
Yeah. Well, GoTV likes to
Torres go big hit, quad kill. But yeah, please ignore the fact that the Estonian team's name is wrong. The Estonian team's score is wrong. Well, then you have to swap it. Basically, evil9 have 7, CSGO Poker have 30.
Yeah, that's correct. So
it is all in the hands at the moment. The Estonians, they need to step up big here. They need to make some sort of play in this round. And well, they've got the AKs. They have no AWP, which I feel like is going to hurt Lems, especially. T-side AWP, that's something you normally need. Dag actually finishing off his own teammate there, making things a little bit easier for the Ts, and Torres somehow getting that kill, and actually Kalinka finds another one, so it is going to be back to a 3 versus 3. Lens giving a little love bite to his teammate, but it is just going to be...
a scratch.
Yeah, a scratch. Nothing too bad. He'll survive it. Lens actually taking a bit more damage himself, but now the defense is split. The Ts have everything in their hands. They've just got to try and make something to play with.
Well, it's 3 versus 3. There's definitely an advantage for Estonians to get the control of the site. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
There we go, yeah.
Woo!
A little wrong facts, but...
Yeah, well, we can ignore the countries. Just ignore the countries.
And yeah, they already dropped down to 2 members, so it's 2 versus 3. It's a little bit harder for them to push it to the side now, but
Well, they should. The fact is, there should be only maximum 2 players waiting for them. So it is going to come down to Lenz. He's got himself that AWP of the carcass of carcass, and he just has to try and make something out here. But the problem is, he doesn't know that Torres is just sitting there, the sort of sleeper mode activate, as he just sits in this corner, not acting like the raging bull in a china shop, and he's going to be just casually waiting for his soon-to-be rampage. But it's yeah. See, I can do this all day. I can do this all day. If you weren't laughing, I would have carried it on, but I feel like it would ruin everything. Substi, well, hopefully they won't substitute him after this one. He needs to step up his game. And see, that was actually a clever one. I just added a few letters onto his name. Substitute. Yeah, see, I'm quick. Fender, the only thing I can really think of is that his name rhymes with...
Bomb is down, it's 2 versus 2, retake has to come in. Fender alive with Kalinka, but Fender goes down with a beautiful headshot from Substi.
Oh, here we go.
Lenz is ready for it.
He's primed and ready, and he takes down the final kill. They do manage to get themselves an 8 round on the board. I'm going to stop with the puns now. I think I've done enough.
You're done your limit then.
Yeah,
for today.
I've maybe not for today. There's still a best of 3. I don't know if we're going to be taking that or whether or not our co-casters who are currently watching in the distance.
Yeah. Hello.
But we do see the AWP now coming into both teams. The Ts, although they did win the round, they don't actually have a huge amount of economy to play with. The CTs definitely have the better buy in their hands. And, well, as said, we're still sort of waiting for Carcass to go off here, go off the chains, because at the moment, it's Torres and Kalinka really leading the way. They're 2 of the ex-Gameplay DNA players, 2 of the ex-stars. Well, yeah, I say ex-stars, they're still doing pretty well, but...
They are still stars in Lithuania.
Yeah.
Well,
Carcass
definitely needs to step up his game. 9 kills within 21 rounds now is compared to his last game is pretty bad. But Dag getting the first kill.
Oh, Dink comes in. I think he actually saw that as well. So Dag, they're going to try and close him down. However, they do have the cross covered by Carcass, and actually they have to fall back. Marks.
Dag actually escaped with 2 HP.
Yeah, Lenz. Yeah, that's pretty lucky actually, but Lenz, he's the one who goes down, so that AWP will be dropped over to Marp. So although they are shrinking the amount of players, they are now spreading the weapons a little bit better. That's at least something you can take from that. Also, the damage is done. They've done a little bit onto a couple of players, but here we go, Carcass. He's holding the perfect position for that AWP. Actually going to move out a little bit just because they will expect him to be there. And now, well, they're going to be checking that corner. He's going to miss the shot, but clearly is still playing with confidence, going aggressive with this AWP. In the meantime, Fender, he takes down 1, but here we go, Carcass. Positions are perfect. Only 1 more player to find. It's down to Fuchs, and well, I think this is going to be the 14th round for CSGO Pokers, and we have the flags back as well. Woo!
Next level production.
Gonna find the first. Fender goes flying. Torres finishes him off 14-8.
But I still can't believe that Dag managed to slip away with 2 HP. Like 6 did push him, but how the hell did he get away?
Did you get kinked in CT? Yes.
Yes. Red.
2 HP, and well, the Ts, they pretty much invested everything they had into that previous round after their quick reset with their 1 round magic. I can already see Shoix getting ready to do his magic with his analysis desk, and well, I think I may be in the same boat as them at the moment. We're going to have to see something very special from the guys at evil9 to really make anything of this round. We're going to have to see, well, you can already, look, they're all saying up the mics. There's no believers left. You're supposed to be supporting the Estonians by sitting all the way over there.
Yeah, but it's a bit sad that evil9 has to leave like that if they do lose her, but there's definitely a chance to come back.
Well, they've definitely made a good fight back for sure. They're coming up against, well, the only Lithuanian team left. Of course, that will leave a little bit of pride left for Lithuania. Torres actually playing the AWP here. They've got the double going. He's going to switch to the pistol. Yeah. Sikta dancing for a little bit, but he will dance to his death. And, well, it is now map and match point. There's only 1 map in this. And this is going to be a very, very difficult round.
Harsh. Very harsh. That is going to be very harsh for evil9 to like lose like that in the 2nd LAN in a row. They do have like potential to win the whole LAN, but they kind of choke on the crucial moments.
Also, best of ones, it's such a harsh way to go out. That is sort of the pain of the lower bracket. the fact is you lose one map, you're gone. But Lens, he's still putting up that good fight. Manages to find himself a couple of kills, grabs himself an M4, so they have got something into this round. Also, Marks with the AK going to be playing around mid. If he can find that kill, there goes Fender. And now it's only the AWP players left. One edging towards B, the other still on the A side. They are going to be rotating through middle. This does give Torres actually a decent chance here. He's got to be careful. The smoke's going to go down, but there is a gap. If he can make the jump here, could actually find a kill. There's Lens, but he's going to get saved by Marps. Told you in the chat, Marps just saved the life of Lens Prime, and he did it. Well, that is just what he did. And, well, money, not bad, but I feel like Carcass may actually have to go for the save here. It's not really worth going for. Trying to take on 3 people on B.
It's going to save it. But I find it weird that they actually picked the Dust 2 for best one in the lane, like to play on, because it's so neck-to-neck map usually.
Well, also, I feel it's a bit more interesting because of the fact that CSGO Poker basically, okay, let's take 3 players from All Gameplay DNA, Dag, and Carcass. So let's put aimers into a team, and then let's play an aim map. Like, that just seems almost a logical choice, and Carcass just trashing. Oh, no. As if their economy wasn't bad enough already. He's going to send them straight back down to having next to nothing again. They will be able to buy the CT side. It's not going to be ideal, but it will be enough. And Carcass, of course, still going to be on that AWP. But, yeah, they're going to pretty much push their money to breaking point. Whoever wins this round, well, of course, if CSGO Poker win, that's it. But if evil9 win, that is their best chance.
And as we can already see the damage that Dag did, and now Carcass did with his AWP, Superstick has to play with Tech 9. So,
although, to be honest, in this tournament, so far we've seen some lovely pistol play actually coming up from him especially. We've seen some great kills. So I wouldn't say, out of all the players probably in the tournament, it's not the worst player to have it on. Obviously, Headshot's always been renowned for his pistol play. I'm sure we've seen, well, I haven't actually casted one of his games, but I'm sure we've seen some P250 magic coming out from him. I always remember that from Game On. But the initial kill does come in for Marps. Another one for Marps, really trying to bring this one through on his own. He's going to need the support of his teammates. Kalinka did find one in the meantime. He's actually slowed down a bit, which could be crucial for their team. It's been Torres really leading the way. Carcass currently bottom of the board. Wouldn't have seen that coming on a map like this, but well, we're going to see the push coming in. Sikta, perfect positioning, should be able to take down 1, maybe even 2, but it's going to be the trade. And, well, Dag.
Only 1 alive.
1 versus 3 retake. And Marps with the AWP. Blind, but, well, he can still see the light there. He's going to find himself the kill. And now, actually,
you believe?
I don't know if I believe, but I know that there's a chance because you look at the buy that they have. It's not a bad one. They could actually just go for an AWP, but that involves dropping a rifle in spawn, which I wouldn't say is the best idea. But they have managed to weaken the CT economy. Of course, loss bonus going to be up to 2,400. They should be able to buy into the next round. Carcass also
economically, Lens has 0 cash left, so they still don't have. It
doesn't matter now, though. They just need the rounds.
They just need rounds, right? But there is no use to get rounds if there's only like 1 survivor for them. It's still economically bad for them.
Charlie's Angels. That is what Lens has decided to call his AK, Charlie's Angels. But Torres, well, as I said, we've seen them do some crazy work with these pistols already in this game. If that was the way they ended it, I would almost feel heartbroken for evil9. That would be a huge mistake. They do already pick up an AK. Fender playing an interesting position to say the least, and actually he's going to get caught. Was that headshot just flukily through the smoke? I'd love to see that from Substy's point of view later on if the highlight guys are listening. Find that one, because I have no idea what just happened, but, well.
But whether, if actually Fender had pulled it off, it might be the round for...
Oh yeah, if he could have got in behind, not only would have been, it would have been the Fear Factor, which TV show, so that's another name drop, just in case anybody didn't know. But yeah, there would be the point that if he can just jump in and get 2 kills, even if they did win the round, they'd sort of be a little more paranoid of certain positions. Kalinka just going to be trying to find himself a weapon here, not going to find anything. And well, Carcass, he could actually just save the Kevlar, possibly try and get a weapon. Not really going to find anything here, and he's just got to run for the hills, make sure he doesn't lose what he has, and he'll just be able to buy an AWP straight on top of that in the next round.
I'd even say that the idea behind Fender's play was magnificent, because it was so clever, but it was so close to actually pull that off.
Well, I do actually think that was just a tap through the smoke from Substy at the person at the back of the site, and it just happened that he jumped in and hit him in the head. So that was probably one of the unluckiest things ever. If Substy did see him, then maybe not. It was just like a good shot from him, but I don't feel like he could have seen him jumping into a smoke. But we do now see the rifles coming out. As said, we're just going to see a straight buy from Carcass onto the AWP. He doesn't need that head armor anyway. And, well, this is something they don't have on the T side at all, that long-range presence. And, well, hopefully can bring us some presence here. And there we go. Lens is going to be the first one dropped. We have seen, actually, a fact that when evil9 seem to lose that first player, sometimes the rounds just fall apart for them. So they're going to have to really stay strong here if they're going to bring this one back. This is, of course, 4 rounds away from them bringing this to overtime. It is a best of 1. And, well, are you believing? This is partly your ex lineup. Do you believe in them?
I have to believe in them. But
Sikoffa shaking his head. Analysis desk does not believe. But at least you do. At least
I believe in my heart, but I still have to stay neutral. But Dag finding the second kill here.
How about now? Another kill coming in. Dag just slowly putting the dagger into your heart. There, another one for Dag. 2 players left, Sikta and Fuchs. Sikta going to find 10 HP left. He does have an opportunity. I think you can almost tell by the fact that my voice is slowing down a little bit that the belief is not so much there for me anymore. It's not that fast-paced sort of strategy where I'm trying to rev up the situation, but...
Well, at least Sikta did find a sick headshot at the end of the game.
A sick car headshot? No. Fuchs, gonna find one more. He's got 3 more players to find. 15 seconds. We're already seeing GG's in the chat. The team don't believe. The analysts don't believe. And, well, I don't think anybody believes anymore. It's going to be 16-11. We're going to see the lower bracket final will involve CSGO Poker.
Well. Hello.
Yeah, we're going to see, the lower bracket final will be between CSGO Poker and either Nonolin, I can't say their name. I think it's been about 400 times now, but I still can't say it. Or either that or Online Bots. So it will be an Estonian in the lower bracket final. We'll definitely be having an Estonian in the final, I think. Yeah, well, we have to. So at least that's something for the chat. But anyway, we are going to be passing it over to our wonderful analysis desk. Tiom's not there, so that's why it's wonderful. And this is going to be just handed over with that little bit of a blow.
Take it away, Gopher.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Tom. So, whoa. Little kids in stream area. Anyways, that was a pretty close game, yet again. Too sad that the Estonian team didn't win, but evil9, well, they have some moral issues when they are in game, start losing, they start raging. Some of the players, they go super silent. So that's why comms won't work either. Well, everything just screws up like a snowball. But you guys were watching the game with me here. What was your take on it?
Well, because they won. You checked if I'm.
Just
nice.
a bit higher, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, well, because they won nonners in Dust, I was really waiting to see how do they play it, and I think throughout the game, in the middle of it, I was kind of having a vision. Practically, if this match would be a Star Wars movie, then the CSGO Poker team will be the Sith or the Gnaik. No, actually not the Sith. The Gnaiks of Ren, and the other side, evil9, will be the Jedi side.
Well, let's hope that we have people who know their Star Wars.
Yeah, they know their memes and things.
Yeah.
Because stylistically, it actually applies perfectly. The way they played, especially the terrorist side rounds, I think CSGO Poker didn't have a single round where nobody didn't gain any damage in the first 1 minute, and they made a lot of noise throughout the game. When the side switched, you could see how much the game actually changed. evil9, I liked evil9's play. It seems like it's more thought out. I don't actually know if it was, but they were they didn't like attack in so much. They were like passive, trying to sound maybe a little.
Yeah,
More reserved.
For Dust 2, I don't actually know, but I've been with evil9 past Boom ex-Boom Esports with in like 2 boot camps, and Lens is trying to build up like such a knowledge. He has like presentations for his team, all that stuff, the whole shebang. I'm not sure about was it Panda Gaming before? Anyone knows? No? Tom is gone as well. So anyways, the CSGO poker team, I'm not sure how they are like managing the training sessions, etc. But I know the ex-Boom, current like evil9, they are trying their best, but random like drawings in stream? Okay, cool. But they are trying their best, but I don't know. Maybe they need some lineup changes to make it better. Maybe get rid of the older players, not to say out like loud names or something like that, but the guys who were legends in 1.6 might not be so good in Go.
Yeah.
So maybe
What
keep them as like tactical masterminds. That's good. Yeah, I get it. But we ain't getting any younger, so reaction times, everything else fades away, and maybe it's time to step back.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay DNA, like what goes about shooting skill and such, they definitely have their like power horses there, like 3 names. Like these are like kind of Lithuanian, Latvian names. I can't remember them, so please don't blame me, because CS:GO players have such names that you can't even spell out sometimes. But they had like definitely 3 recognizable names in the scoreboards that were like heavy up top and doing the like.
Yeah.
If I could go like, more about backstory, but if I'm just looking at this one single game, like maybe just because at the beginning they were like on the face. evil9 didn't get the distance. I'll explain in a moment what they maybe needed. If I remember correctly, the 20th round was the first like real AVP round in this game overall. So they were like bam, 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 low. There you can't like do too many like tactics if like at such speed. You just have to like shoot also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Johns, you have anything else to add to that? Analyze.
Well, you've gone way too deep for me. I mean, like, all I wanted to say was evil9 was stomped in the first half of the first half. But they managed to get some rounds. And because of that, I guess they had some early lead in the second. No, they didn't. Actually, CSGO Poker took the second half as well in the beginning. Only in the last few rounds they started to come back a bit, but it was already too late.
Yeah,
in my opinion, they didn't play bad. Maybe the time is too late already for them. They could take the rounds if they really wanted to, but by the time they realized that, it was already too late for them. Yeah. So too bad for them.
Well, yeah. This time evil9 won't even be in the finals. I mean, yeah, they can actually live up to their name now, evil9. Maybe next time they're Mad9 or Happy9.
Happy9.
Or
the Jedi style I was like talking about, like the name is like evil in its sense.
Yeah.
So in such sense does it like match, but
Oh yeah, they have Substi, who's like the kindest little kid I know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he doesn't even speak.
Yeah.
Or talk. I think he speaks, but he doesn't talk. Sorry, Substi. That was my black. But
like only if you remember correctly, the Jedis were the only one who are like the Lightsiders are the only one who have those droids that never speak, but they do like boop 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 boop. I don't remember.
So your reference is that Substi is like R2D2?
Yeah, maybe.
Beep, boop.
Because I don't remember like any Sith having like a doop, 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 like
Okay.
personal companion. Jedis need some love.
TTU Esports has become one of the biggest LAN parties in Estonia. The event wouldn't be a success without our awesome sponsors. Presenting the sponsors of TTU Esports Spring 2016.